Another edition, Dad Bod, Golf Pod. He's Kyle Rush. I'm Ben Taylor. Brought to you in part this time by Fit Life Health Clubs. Got a new gym here in town. Took over the old gym, Gold's Gym, before. And they're going to be putting in like $250,000 in new equipment. They're doing all kinds of revamping. Got some cryotherapy. Going to try to get rid of this Dad Bod that I've got at some point in time.
All right.
So head on over to Fit Life. Yeah, check out Fit Life. They got gyms all over. Once you get a membership, your membership everywhere. So check it out. Yeah, go to Fit Life and check what all they got out, especially the new building that is coming to the Auburn area. Kyle, as you and I get older, I want to go ahead and let you know that in 2048, I plan on retiring from radio and enjoying my golf game a little bit more. But that won't come until 2048. I hope you're okay with that. I'm not real sure what your expected date is, but I look forward to celebrating your retirement party a good 25, 30 years from now.
I know where you're going with this. What a funny story. Jim Nantz comes out and says he's retiring. He's hanging it up from the Masters. 11 years from now. Just what in the world? We have no news if that's the case. Like, I'm going to quit in 11 years. Hell, I might quit what I'm doing in 11 years. Like, who doesn't feel that way about what they might do in 11 years? I when I saw that, I had to sit down and really think about it, and I laughed so hard at how just insane of a storyline that is.
Let me tell you how this hit me. Okay. So I'm watching golf in the background, and
it's like breaking news.
And the announcers say Jim Nantz plans on retiring after the Masters. That's legit all I heard as I'm getting up and moving around, helping the wife and kids out with laundry. It's Sunday, so that's like cleaning day at our house. So that way we can get ready for the week. We got the girls getting ready for school. We got the wife getting ready for work. I'm going ahead and prepping like my food for lunch for work for the week. So I'm really not paying attention to golf. I just hear that and I go, man, it's about time. I was like, that's cool. I mean, he's gonna wait till the Masters to retire.
Yeah.
You then send me a text and you're like, what in the world is this announcement? Why are we getting an 11-year wait? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then I see it, I'm like 2036, and I'm sitting there going, okay, what's your thought process, Jim? You sit down with the wife and you're like, honey, we need to make some decisions.
Yeah.
And one of those is I need to step away from golf in 11 years.
Hey, how old do you think Jim is? Just guess.
If I had to guess, 68.
Really? I would not have thought he's that old. He's 65. So that's natural, like, retirement age.
Yeah.
But he's going to wait 11 more years. So he's going to be 76. I guess that's how that math works.
That's another thing, though. Why the random number? 11 years, 76. He's not quitting at 70. It's not 10 years, not 10 years from now. Like, I don't understand. Has he given any reason why it's that particular time? Listen. Hey, Jim, you look real good, Jim, and I know you live a good life living out there at Pebble, and you've got a great home, and you live that salt life. Man, you may not be a kicking in 11 years, brother. I don't.
He said, this was a quote from him. He said, but if all the stars aligned right now, it feels like a pretty good exit point. How? What about? What is it about 2036? That it's like that's the perfect time.
Why are the talking heads of golf? Why did somebody if you and I were calling golf and you said that in the booth, I'm railing on your what for the next 4 hours of golf coverage.
I would make fun of you. Yeah, I would make fun of you for the 11 years. Yeah, I would make fun of you so much that the 11 may turn into like 5.
Like every time we open the broadcast, and if you haven't heard, we're working on 10 and a half years.
It's a farewell tour. Farewell tour for a decade.
Kyle is stepping down in 10 and a half years.
You know how Mike Krzyzewski, he said he was going to retire, and then like every every away game he played, like all the fans for the
Yeah.
opposing team, like did a standing ovations. It's like a farewell tour. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a farewell tour for Jim Nantz for a decade. That is the crazy at the Masters. That is the craziest thing ever.
I think it would be the best joke in the world if golfers, when Jim Nantz is doing a broadcast, would say, "Hey, and Jim, congratulations on your retirement in 2036."
Congratulations, Ben, or Jim.
I mean, every interview for the next 11 years should end if Jim Nantz is in the booth. Hey, and shout out to Jim in the booth. You've been working real hard through these years. Congrats on the next 11, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see.
Oh man,
Look forward to seeing you around.
Yeah, I'd love to know the significance behind that date.
I mean,
is that going to be like 50 Masters for him or something like that? Is that going to be like his 50th Masters? I don't know. It's got to be something.
When I first heard it, the first thing I thought is, okay, did he just sign like a 10-year deal with CBS or somebody? Like, I wondered if his contract was restructured, and basically that was his out to let them know, hey, I won't be doing this after this 10-year contract or something of that nature. But I couldn't find anything.
Oh wait, here it is, Ben. Here it is, Ben.
Oh.
In 2036, that will be the 100th playing of the Masters. So he wants to go through number 100. He's carried the Masters for 40 years. For the last 40 years.
What if he didn't make it?
That's all. I mean, that's kind of cocky that you're going to go that long. I mean, you're going to announce the dream. Hey, you know what? At 65, hey, you're just happy to do it one more year. You know what I mean? We're just throwing out there. We're going to be here for 11 more. Like you may not make it out of the parking lot.
My dad's in his mid-70s. There's no chance he'd want to be calling sports right now. There's no, like, how crotchety is he going to be in year 7? He's almost getting that way now.
Man, at 75. What about at like 73? At 73, you're like the lead for the Masters at 73. I mean,
see, the thing that gets me about this,
he's aging well, but still,
this still could have been his plan, Kyle. The entire time. I'm going to try to get to 100. He could have told players. He could have told his wife. He could have told CBS execs, look, I'm just going to tell you, go ahead and start looking at that contract that's up in 4 years because I want to be here through year number 100. So let's go ahead and start talking. Let's get out in front of this. He could have done all that behind closed doors. But for them to make an announcement, hey, 11 years from now, I'm stepping down.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's for the 100th Masters. Just the fact that you are announcing it this soon, that's some grandeur right there that man's got.
So hilarious. So hilarious. I tell you what, though, all this Masters talk.
Yeah.
It's giving me Masters fever.
Yeah, the fever.
I got the fever, man.
So listen, I want to talk to you about something because I got reminded by
I got a couple things for you too, but keep going.
And that's why this is not Masters. This is semi-Masters related. So Kyle every year usually will stick the needle in me and send me like a text. Hey, I found tickets, or hey, I got tickets, or hey, I got asked to do this, blah, blah, blah. Was it last year or year before you got stuck on jury duty during the Masters?
It was last year. It was last year. I think a grand jury too. It was crazy. It was like a whole week.
I had the district attorney on my show. Of course, those of you who follow the pod know that I've got a morning show, and I said, "Hold on, let me send this text back to Kyle." And then she said, "Kyle," I said, "Yeah, Kyle Rush," and I said, and then Kyle sends me a text. He goes, "Oh, tell the DA I said hello," and I was like, "How in the world do y'all know each other?" And she goes, "He was on a grand jury," and she goes, and because I guess she knows about the pod, she goes. And it was during the Masters. I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Anyway, I had to bring that up. But yeah, Masters fever. Let's get back to Masters fever, where this is my favorite time of the year.
For sure, man.
This is my favorite tournament. I don't hide it. My wife and kids know I am indisposed of that weekend. I have buddies that try to play. I had one buddy used to have not a member guest, but like a tournament on Masters weekend. He used to get super mad at me in college because I would not play in it with him. No, and he's like, everything's paid for. I was like, I don't care. Like, I can't see the tournament if I'm out there on the golf course with you. This was my Nokia did not stream the Masters at the time, Kyle. So I couldn't do it.
You can do it. I love it as well. I got some Masters themed questions for you. You ready for this?
Man,
Are
what? I don't know.
you? Do you? Do you keep the app the whole all year, or do you just
No, I delete it.
you delete it?
I delete.
Have you downloaded it already?
I have not downloaded it already. I usually don't download it till the weekend before. So
The weekend before.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my issue with that.
So
So
this
weekend I will download it.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So you'll have it downloaded before
Yeah.
next week. What did you think about ESPN or
hold on before we go to that? What about you? Do you keep it all year or do you delete it?
Oh, I delete it. I delete mine.
Yeah. Okay.
As soon as the tournament's over.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's not like it takes up a bunch of
no, it doesn't take up a bunch of
memory or whatever. But I don't know. I think I just when I see it there, I miss the Masters.
I miss it. Yep.
So I just want it gone. I want it gone.
Sad that it's over. I'm just sad.
Yep. Did you see the promos? I guess ESPN and the Masters put it out. They always when it gets close, they always play Georgia on my mind, I think, and they do the thing. Well, they did it this time with a different. They did not do the original version.
Yeah, it's like an R&B version.
And I think people weren't. There were some people that weren't very happy with it. How did you feel about it?
Hate it.
Did you see the Creed remake, the one with Arms Wide?
No.
What's the song they sing that's like "Can You Take Me Higher"? That's what it is. That's becoming a big thing now.
I probably would like
Creed.
I probably like that better.
Yeah, it was hilarious to watch. You put that over anything. It's funny. It's funny.
But as you before you ask me the next question, if people want to know how much I love the Masters and how much I love this tournament, that is my alarm in the morning. Is the Masters theme song.
I don't think I could wake up to that.
Oh, it does, because it's time to get up and watch the Masters. That is
okay.
it is.
That's fair.
It gets me going every single, and it has been for ever since you could put ringtones on your phone. It has been my alarm clock getting up every morning, 365 days a year. That is my alarm.
All right, I'm with you. It is beautiful music. And then the last question: Do you eat Masters themed food during the week, and do you even like the Masters themed food?
That's the only time I like it. I'm never going to eat an egg salad sandwich in September, but you know what I'm going to eat in April? An egg salad sandwich.
There you go.
I don't mind it. I've been to some Masters themed parties where they'll have that stuff and I'll eat it. I do not order that thing where you can get it sent to your house.
That's actually really cool, and I've thought about doing it, but I didn't do it this year.
I will say, if you do it, get the big one. Everybody says get the big one. I think it's worth getting that just because they send you the cups.
The cups are great.
The cups are worth it just to get the cups.
You could turn around and sell those for like $5 a pop, probably on Marketplace.
You could put it on Marketplace. You put it on like eBay, and people.
But then the snipers will bust through your windows and take you to throw you in jail, Masters jail underneath Augusta National. Yeah.
But as far as that week, I don't schedule it. But if I go to a restaurant that's like our special for the day is Masters themed egg salad sandwich, I'm like, yep, that's what I'm having for lunch today.
See, we're having a open house in the neighborhood that I'm working in currently, and we're doing a Masters theme. It's next Wednesday, so it'll be par 3 contest Wednesday.
I'll see you there, buddy. I'll be by to see you.
Yeah, you need to come by because we're giving away a bunch of gift cards. But
I love it.
We're gonna have egg salad. We're gonna have pimento cheese. Yeah. We're gonna have chicken salad. We're gonna have the Arnold Palmer drink. We're gonna have all the traditional Master stuff. And I'm sad that I just don't like any of it. I really don't like pimento cheese. And people think I'm crazy for that. I just not a pimento cheese guy. I will say when I was there, I did like the egg salad over most anything, including the barbecue sandwich. But I just I don't know, man. It's the most unfortunate food. Like, why couldn't it be like chicken wings? Or I know you can't really eat chicken wings out on the course, and maybe it's easy in the sandwich form that you can eat it and not make a mess and then throw it away. I don't know, but it's just unfortunate. Hey, give me like a club sandwich. What about a club? What if we did like a little ham, turkey, and bacon, a little mayonnaise club? Like, throw that in there. Augusta
I thought they
National.
had a club.
Maybe they do. I don't think. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe they do.
but then people like frown on it when you say you get something other than the barbecue, the pimento cheese, egg salad. They're always like, "Oh, you didn't get this," and I'm like, "No."
Just not a
I
big fan.
will say I'm peculiar about my pimento cheese. I do like pimento cheese. I don't like chunky pimento cheese. My mom always made it as because that's a big Southern thing. So she used to make it as like a spread. So
Yeah.
we would put it in like the food processor. So it was more like a spread, and theirs is not a spread. Theirs is like the chunky. I don't like the consistency of that. Egg
I think
salad
that's
is quick. I like it because it's egg salad. I mean, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
I will say, and I hope Mr. Masters doesn't show up and put me in Masters jail. Their barbecue sucks. The barbecue sandwich is not the greatest, and it's usually dried out. The times I've had it, it's been dry. It's not
You
been
got to
great.
think though, it's just sitting there all day,
I know.
so you're not getting it like fresh off the grill or fresh out of the smoker. So
I will say this though, it is so refreshing. I don't understand why concession stands can't take after the Masters to be able to get in there and get out within 2.5 minutes.
You like Blaze? Like I can't even get my money out fast enough. Like I get up there and I'm holding up the line.
Yeah,
because it's going so fast that I'm not prepared. You know what I
Yes.
mean? To pay and get out there. And I don't know what it is about the beer tastes so much better there.
it does.
It's just the same stuff too. I don't know.
It's because you don't know what it is. You have to ask them.
And it's $3, I think.
It's domestic. It's import, and it is like,
Crow's Nest.
Yeah,
Crow's Nest, which is
and then Crow's
of
Nest.
some kind of their own thing.
Import is always going to be Corona or Modelo.
Yeah.
And then your domestic is usually going to be Miller Lite, but they can't tell you that because those people don't sponsor what it is. So it is. You're right though. The beer is so good, especially on. Let me tell you this. I'll say this. I'll go a step further, and I think it's because there's no pressure on the line, and I don't feel the need to be anywhere. Practice round beers are better than the regular round beers.
There's no stress. I've never been to a tournament round. So I've only been to practice rounds.
Yeah, practice round beers to me are better than regular round beers. So
yeah, you can kind of cut it up a little bit.
Yeah, so keep that in mind when you're out there. If you go into a practice round, enjoy.
Yeah,
it's going to taste way better.
I'm not going this year, but I'm still excited. So
you're on jury duty this year, though.
I'm not on jury duty, so that's a big
grand jury duty, whatever you want to call it.
That is a big plus. Want to talk about switch to the golf game, talk about our golf games. And I want to ask you something, Ben. My schedule's still weird. Okay. So I have a weird schedule. I have a lot of mornings free. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if I can get the first tee time at my club, I can play a round of golf in about 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And it's phenomenal. The only catch is typically I have to play by myself because not many people have the schedule that I do. So I want to get your thoughts on playing rounds by yourself. Do you like it? Have you done it very often? Mm-hmm. How do you feel about logging scores when you play a round by yourself? All the things that go with playing by yourself.
Number one, I love playing by myself. Number two, I don't like doing it like you're doing it where you're done in 2 hours. I like to probably play a couple of balls. I'm probably not logging a score.
Yeah.
Just because at some point I kind of I quit keeping up with which ball is which. I'm just hitting and I'm like, oh crap, which one did I score a par with and which one did I just double with? So I'm not really keeping up with it. But you and I were talking about this because Kyle sends me a text and tells me his score, and he's like, done in 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I was like, I do not believe you. On either the time nor the score, I do not believe you.
Well, the time I can honestly 100% tell you it's legit. I've done it twice now, and I'm probably going to start doing it like maybe every Wednesday. I can get out there. Sometimes my biggest weight is I've beat the grounds crew on what they do so I get to the point where some holes I'm kind of waiting on them to roll the green or blow the green off or whatever. So I got to dial that in, and once I get that figured out, it's going to be elite. As far as logging scores, I think I'm more strict when I play by myself because I put everything out. I put everything out. I try to really here's my thing. I don't get the time to play. I play some competitive tournaments in the summer, okay, in this late spring, early, throughout the summer. And I don't get a lot of rounds where I get to play in big groups.
Mm-hmm.
So when I play, I want to grind so I can feel what it's like to have to hit a 5-footer, for par, or, a 3-footer for bogey, whatever it is. I put everything out because I want to feel that, grind it out. That's the only really time I get to do it. So I played this past Wednesday, and I honestly I feel better about logging around like that than I do when I'm in a group, because you get swipe back, you get putts given to you. You pick up a lot of times if your partner's out of the hole. I mean, I'm sorry, if you're out of the hole and your partner's in the hole, because a lot of times you're playing some kind of partner game. I don't know, man. I think I might like it the way I do it. I'm playing like a legit, not even taking 2 off the first tee, like, let's go. That's probably the more legit round that I'll get in, is that round where I play by myself in the morning.
See, I think it depends on golfer. Like, I legit believe you when you tell me, because I know how Kyle's a grinder. Kyle goes to the range. He works on his game. He practices. Let's just say we've probably got 25 to 30 mutual golf friends.
Yeah.
I trust 4 of them with keeping their score correctly. And the reason being is because Kyle can legit tell you, and I keep making fun of him amongst our friends about it, but he had a hole-in-one by himself one time.
Yeah.
At an AU club.
Complete nightmare.
When he told me about it, I legit completely 100% believed that he had a hole-in-one. I kid you not. Those other 26 golfers that we know amongst one another, if they told me that, I'd go, "You are so full of, you know what?" I said, "There's no chance you had a hole-in-one."
There are some drawbacks.
Yeah.
And that's a big one, is if you do something spectacular.
Yeah.
You just got to wear it with yourself. Like, you just got to celebrate with yourself. You can't really party with anybody else. It's just kind of your own thing. And that hole-in-one, that was my first one, and it being by myself was nightmare fuel.
But I believed you. Now, just to recap, those of you that are just now listening to the pod and getting back into the pod that may have missed it, because we've only mentioned on one other pod, walk us through, after you made the hole-in-one, what happened. And I want you to use names too, please.
Yeah. So I first of all, I videoed myself walking from the tee box all the way to the hole. And if you know this particular hole, it's not an easy walk because it's over water. So you have to walk a longer way because you got to go over a bridge, and it's in the middle of July, and it is freaking hot. And I'm carrying my bag too. So people that know me, you can hear my bag. I was walking too. So you can hear my clubs clanking. And I waited so long on the tee box. I waited so long for somebody to show up because I just wanted somebody to share it with. And there was just no one around. And I get to the hole, I pull the ball out, and I start walking to the next tee box. And then I look and I see our GM, Jimmy Green, who's been on the show before, coming down. And I stopped him. I was like, "You're not going to believe this, but I just hit a hole-in-one." He goes, "Yeah, I don't believe it." And then he just kept driving. He just kept driving. He just kept driving.
He just took off.
He goes, "Yeah, I don't believe you." And then he just kept driving. And I was like, "Oh, okay, awesome." That was my first human I saw after I hit hole-in-one. And that was the exact reaction that I was sort of expecting, I guess, from anybody that I told. Like, I almost didn't want to tell anybody.
Yeah. Now, I have been with Kyle when he's had a hole-in-one.
Yeah.
And we went bananas. And every one of us did. I think we probably were more excited than you were because you've had it done before.
No, I was excited.
Yeah, he was excited. But
I did a phallic gesture with the flag. It was uncontrollable.
It is. But to get back to your original point, I think it's great to go out and be able to, like, we got a local RTJ's got a par 3 course here. I love to go out there and kill 2 hours and play 2 balls on a par 3 course. Work on your iron game. Thank goodness I've never hit a hole-in-one during that, because then that's really going to be tough to explain. Number one, I'm playing by myself. Number two, I'm playing 2 balls, so I've got 2 chances on every hole. I've got 36 chances to hit a hole-in-one on a par 3 course.
Yeah.
And so if I ever did have a hole in one on one of those, it'd be like, yeah, whatever. You're playing two, but it doesn't count. However, I will say this. They say there's the rules of the hole in one. You know, if you're playing by yourself, it doesn't count. If if it's not if it during the round that day, if you're not playing stroke play, if you took one mulligan, it doesn't count. BS. You hit a hole in one, you hit a hole in one. If you can live with yourself, like Kyle can, because he did it correctly, I'm totally okay with it. Like, tell people you hit a hole in one. However, you're gonna have to prove it again, like Kyle did in front of a gallery at some point.
Exactly.
They're gonna have to justify it.
Yeah, that's probably a better feeling when you hit another one,
no doubt,
in front of people, and you finally get to experience it.
Yeah.
After you hit one by yourself, it's big. I think that's gonna be it for today. I'd love to know you guys' thoughts. Are you getting Masters fever? What is it about the Masters that really? When does it set in that it's coming for you? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. So
now.
Yep, let us know, guys. Appreciate you listening. It's another episode of not the Top Button Podcast.
No, it's Dad Bod Golf Pod. That's what we're doing.
Dad Bod Golf Pod.
This is why I was supposed to drive. It's Dad Bod Golf Pod, Kyle, and we're always stroking.